Good morning, my friends, and welcome here to this beautiful beach in Southern California. This is Surfside, California. We're sandwiched between Seal Beach to my left, and over to my right, you've got Huntington Beach, you've got Newport Beach down the line a little bit, and ultimately you go down to San Diego and the Mexican-American border. Good morning, everybody. It is great to be back with you all. It is time for a sip of this precious coffee. Will you indulge me for one moment, please? My Friedman Adventures cup is in my car. I forgot it. I went out and visited a friend yesterday, Paul Burbank. Paul, it was great to see you. Left my cup out there. So this lovely cup that was supplied to me by John Moore, a dear friend, will come in perfectly here this morning. We got a lot to talk about on the morning briefing, folks. We've got an over-under line of 25. I'll explain in a moment. Bluefin tuna this weekend, that's the big question mark, and we should get that question answered. It should be a really big weekend. Of course, day at the docks on Sunday, that's going to be a huge day. There's boat rides, and there's so much more that you can take advantage of, so I hope to see you there. I'll be walking around down there on Saturday. The 540 Slingers Club guys are doing their thing at Marine Stadium in Long Beach. You can go over and perfect your casting, and also on Saturday, free trout fishing at Bass Pro Shops. I just wanted to get that all out before I said good morning and welcome to the morning briefing. One more swig, my friends. Oh, that is so good. All right, we've got a lot to cover with you tonight live. Danny Cadota and the Danny Cadota Show is going to be another great one. They're always great, but this tonight with Joe Russo and Pete Demers, the longtime trainer of the Los Angeles Kings, who was just in Florida fishing. I'm sure Pete will be talking a lot about that. And Danny, of course, with all his knowledge, is going to put on another great live show tonight at 6 p.m. Don't miss that. Oh, and also, let's not forget the Bart Hall Show. That is also coming up at the end of the month. The granddaddy of them all. Bart Hall is back. The Hall shows are back. It's been a great first year back for them, and this is going to put a cap on it. I'll be there also. All right, my friends, let's jump into it. Before I do, however, it is Tom Golding's birthday. And the reason I mentioned Tom, I don't really get a chance to wish you all a happy birthday, but I saw Tom Golding at the PCS show along with Steve Kunitake, and I got to tell you, sometimes God puts people in your path, and it's just a shake-up or a reminder that you should be doing more in your life. And one of those things that I've neglected here recently was walking, and I'd put on about 10 pounds. Man, and I don't like that. You know, in China, I walked for 3 years in circles, just kept going around and around in circles till I lost 150 pounds. Well, Tom Golding, it's his birthday. Tom, good morning and happy birthday, my friend. I saw him at the PCS show. Listen, folks, Tom lost 185 pounds in a year and 2 months. I said, Tom, how did you do it? And he said, I did what you did. I walked around in circles. He said he does at least 5 miles a day, and that is an extraordinary inspiration and example, and it got me out walking again. It got me doing my thing. So, Tom, thanks for the inspiration. Happy birthday, Steve. Hope to see you guys again really, really soon. I just wanted to drop you that little note, everybody. All right, let's get into it. Bluefin tuna this weekend. The over-under is 25. So I made that bet with Sam De La Torre down there, or I didn't even bet, but that's the proposition anyway. Will the San Diego fleet this weekend catch over 25 combined bluefin tuna or under? Drop a comment here on YouTube, as we would definitely like to hear from you and see what you think. Man, the signs are all so good right now. We had the research vessel that came down from San Francisco and saw fish around Tanner, Cortez, San Clemente Island. We also have had the intel from the Royal Polaris, headed down on an 18-day trip, saw stacks of bluefin tuna on the upper 500. Not that far from Ensenada. The Ensenada boys are going to be out looking here in the next few days. They may even find them today because they are on it. They can't wait to get their season started down there south of the border also. So all the signs are pointing in the right direction. However, we still haven't caught a fish. And I don't have to explain to you, we saw them for quite some time last year and they didn't want to bite. So what's the deal going to be? And it should unfold beautifully this weekend on one boat, on several boats, but one boat in particular I want to mention, the Pegasus out of Fisherman's Landing. Last time I looked, they had 5 people, and they're a definite go. Friday night, day and a half, Pegasus, Fisherman's Landing. Man, that seems like such a dream trip with such a light load. Man, if you get into them, it's going to be really special. I can't wait. Now, also, all the boats that are leaving this weekend from San Diego will benefit from a spotter plane that is going up on Friday and going to survey the area, so we'll get even more intel, and it should be a lot of fun. I think there's going to be a buzz around Day at the Docks on Sunday. People are going to be so excited because we're going to be over or under the 25. That is the question. By the way, the research vessel that was out around Tanner and Cortez saw some big fish, mixed up fish. You know, you have that 20 to 40 pound BFT, but a lot of 100+ pound stuff. So needless to say, if you're going on one of these trips, you need to vary your tackle. You got to have that 130 pound, and then you can have tackle in that 25, 40 pound range also. Good luck to everybody that's going to be on these trips. Again, Pegasus, that looks like a fantastic trip. We'll be watching and talking to Ensenada Pangueros here later this morning. I'll keep you in touch with all of that and more. And don't forget, hey, Day at the Docks, they've got free boat rides. John Ho, I think, is going to be on board the Dolphin, and they're going to be doing free boat rides, and many of the long-range boats will have open house. It's a great time to get down and really celebrate sport fishing and all that it means to so many people. So a lot to watch here on that Bluefin Tuna Zone. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about what has been going on at the islands in this neck of the woods. We have been blessed with market squid all winter long. Now, lately it's been a little bit tougher. In fact, the Pride out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro on their last trip had trouble making squid, but they used the sardine and turned it into 9 nice halibut. No question about that. They are going on an open party trip Sunday night out of 22nd Street Landing, so hopefully they'll be able to pick up some squid and catch a sea bass or two, because sea bass have got to be in our future. For sure, I believe they're in the future of the Channel Island guys. But Sean on the Pride, along with Michael Pavan, last year had a tremendous season on the white sea bass, and we're just waiting for that to kick off. And with all that squid around, it should get going in a hurry. Ventura Sport Fishing will be ready to rock and roll. I saw my friend Sean Stewart just splash the Aloha Spirit. She's looking beautiful after all the boat work they did to her this winter. So everybody is gearing up. It's getting to be that time. April 1st, Rockfish opens up here in Southern California. For the time being, you have to go into Mexican waters to fish for rockfish, but it's going to open up in just a little while, and then it's game on, because not only can you put some effort in on sea bass and halibut and yellowtail in the wintertime, but you can also fall back on those delicious and colorful rockfish, and man, that makes all the difference in the world. We are on the cusp of that. Worth mentioning that on the long range scene, we've seen some tremendous fishing on the Red Rooster 3. And as I mentioned, the Royal Polaris is heading down there, but they've had big cow, yellowfin, tuna, fish over 300 pounds, fish over 200 pounds, lots in that 150 to 190 range. Really been great fishing. Splash of wahoo in there with that also, so that is fantastic news. Along our coastline here, we continue to catch sculpin and whitefish. Some good calico bass fishing at times down there on the Dolphin, up there in Marina del Rey, all through here. I don't want to leave anybody out. You have a shot at those wintertime bass. Some smaller private boaters can get in on it. Megan Carlson down there off La Jolla, her group had just a great day of calico bass fishing, so that's really a lot of fun in the wintertime, and we'll transition even into better bass fishing once they start to spawn. You get up there around 60 degrees, and those fish will start to spawn, and they'll come out of the wrecks and really start to turn on. For the time being, those bass are deep in a lot of cases on structure. Some come off the kelp line also, but some of that stuff, most of it is deep. You're fishing fresh dead squid, that works really, really well. And because they are inhabiting structure, shipwrecks, and all kinds of places that can just saw you off, good idea to use fluorocarbon. We like Opsin fluorocarbon, www.opsinusa.com. put in FA at checkout, you get a note from Greg Brown as well as a hug and a kiss at Day at the Docks. I don't even know if Greg's going to be there. He's got to be there. I'm sure he'll be there. Not sure, but I'm hoping he'll be there. So good fishing along here. Now also, it's worth noting that some private guys have been catching some deep water yellowtail there in La Jolla. Pretty good at times. So that looks really, really good. We'll keep our eyes on that. At the Coronado Islands, we've had a little break. The last time the San Diego was out there, they sonared copious amounts of yellowtail. Those forkies are there. They only caught one fish, however. Previous to that, they'd been up around 20 yellows for the most part, and that fish was 18 to 25 pounds. It's a nice, big, fat grade of forky, and again, it loves to bite on the yo-yo iron. Either a dropper loop right now with a sardine or the yo-yo iron. I prefer the yo-yo fishing 40, 50, 60 pound. That's the way to do it. Drop it deep, wind on it fast, turn the handle to set the hook, wind it up about halfway, kick it into freeze pull, back down again, and then wind it hard. And that is a definite great way to get the job done. I'm telling you, hopefully that bite is back on again here today. We'll watch it very, very closely. And in terms of our weather, because our weather has been so volatile this year, we've definitely got a weather window. Yesterday morning, this was a lot more screwed up, for lack of a better word. It's much nicer today, and it's going to stay that way. And all the way out to Tanner and Cortez, while it's going to get a little breezy, it's fishable for sure. I don't know where all these San Diego-based boats are going to head. I mean, they've got a couple of options out there down the beach on that upper 500. Typically, this bluefin tuna bite has been starting down there off Ensenada, and then it works its way up to San Clemente and out onto the banks, Tanner and Cortez Bank. But who knows what's going to happen in 2023. That's what makes this sport so remarkable and so much fun. It's always an enigma what may play out in front of us. So we'll continue to watch that for you very, very closely, and hopefully we're going to see some BFT caught this weekend. Don't forget Pegasus, light load, definite go, Fisherman's Landing. That should be great. All right, my friends, surf fishing wise, starting to catch more and more halibut. We've got another grunion run in a week or so. We'll keep you in touch with that. Grunion are a big magnet to the surf fish, and it gets the spring bite going here. Yellowfin croaker, spotfin croaker, halibut, all kinds of other critters like bat rays. That should be playing a very important part of our future. All right, big weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what is going to happen, and I'll be keeping you in touch with morning briefing and so much more. Don't forget to check out our shorts. I'm running a lot of old footage from our 976 Tuna saltwater action series when I was with 976 Tuna in those days. Now, of course, it's all Friedman Adventures, and it's only going to get better. Subscribe, like, and share these videos. And if you're not a Patreon member, for as little as $5 a month, you can help us produce even more content. Patreon members are the life's blood of Friedman Adventures, and I can't thank you enough. All right, my friends, have a great day. Should be an exciting one. Don't forget 22nd Street, as well as many other landings, but 22nd Street's got the Monte Carlo, the Pursuit, the Pride, and the Freedom trying to get out on Friday night. The Freedom could use you on board to get out and, who knows, find what? Sea bass, halibut, bluefin tuna. Man, that's what's so much fun about this spring. You never know what's going to happen. Have a great day, my friends. It's always good to spend time with you, and I hope to see you really, really soon. Judith Ann Nature Tours and Whale Watching is located at 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. She does 25 knots and can put you on whales and other marine life within minutes of departure. And it's your own private group. Up to 8 people can go on board the Judith Ann and witness the gray whale migration, blue whales, humpback whales, sea lions, pods of dolphin, and so much more. It is such a unique way to to see the brimming marine life off the Southern California coast. Captain Tom Doerr has been doing this for decades, and he will put you right in the middle of an adventure that you will remember for a long time to come. It's the Judith Ann Nature Tours and Whale Watching out of 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro.